Hello, today we are going to walk through the step-by-step process of how to install and run Miniconda without encountering any errors. So let's get started. First, search for Miniconda and open the first link. I will also provide a link for your convenience. Here, you will find 3 installation options for various operating systems, such as Mac OS and Linux. We are going with the Windows installer, so click on Download the installer. Afterwards, scroll down and click on Miniconda 3 Windows 64-bit. This will start the downloading process. Once it downloads to your system, go to your desktop and open the File Explorer. Navigate to your download folder where our Miniconda file was downloaded. Double-click to start the installation process. Click on Next. Click on I agree. For this, we are going with the first option. Click on Next. If you want, you can change the destination folder location. Then click on Next. Afterwards, we have different options. Tick all the boxes. Click OK. Finally, click on Install. It will take some time to install completely. After this, click on Finish. Now to check if it is successfully installed or not, go to your Windows search and type Anaconda. Pin it to your taskbar for easy access. Double-click to open. For validation, we are using the basic conda command like conda list, then hit enter. This command is used in the Conda Package Manager to display a list of installed packages in the currently active Conda environment. Today, we are going to demonstrate the comprehensive installation process and address common errors that may occur during installation. So first, open any web browser and search for LocalGPT. Open the first link, and I will provide all the necessary links and commands in the description for your convenience. Here you will see a button named Code. Click on it. Below, there is an option to download the zip file. Click to download this file. After the downloading process is complete, open your File Explorer and locate the zip file. Right-click, and you will get an option to extract the file. Click on this, tick the checkbox, and afterward, click on Extract. It will start extracting. Now, here is our extracted folder. After this, I simply copy the folder and paste it into another folder named Pro for my convenience. This process just makes it easier to locate the folder from the terminal, and I think I should rename this folder. Let me just shorten the name of the folder. Now it's done. Minimize the window and open your Conda terminal. If you do not have Miniconda installed, install it first. So now we are going to use some very basic commands to install our LocalGPT. First, we use cd desktop, which change our current directory to desktop. Now we use change directory to Pro, which means now we are inside our Pro folder, where our LocalGPT folder is saved. Now, to go inside our LocalGPT folder, we use cd LocalGPT. Use cls command to clear the screen. Now we have to create a separate Conda environment for our LocalGPT. For this use, this command, conda create LocalGPT Python command, and hit enter. Type W for proceed. This may take some time. After it is done, we have to activate our environment. For this use, conda activate command. Let's go to our next step. Now we have to install some requirement or dependencies. Let me show you what it is. Go to your LocalGPT folder and open it. Scroll down and you see a file name requirement.txt. Double-click to open the file. Here you all the requirement, which we were going to install. Go back to your terminal, use dir command to see all the files in directory. And here is our requirement.txt file. To install the requirement file type, pip install requirement.txt and hit enter. This will start installing all the requirement packages or dependencies. It will take time, so be patient. So during the installation of requirement packages, many of you may encounter this error. This error occurs when our system does not have Visual Studio C++ build tools, or when we have an older version. Essentially, Visual Studio C++ is a dependency required to install some necessary packages. To resolve this, scroll up, and here you will find a link. Click on the link, and it will redirect you to Microsoft Build Tools. Click on Download Build Tools. After the downloading is complete, open the File Explorer and locate the file. Double-click to install the tool. Click on Continue. Now tick the first option of Desktop Development with C++. Afterwards, click on Install. This will take time to download and install packages. After it is done, go back to your terminal and again install the requirements.txt. Now, as you can see, this time we do not get any kind of error. So this is only the first part. In the next part, we will show you how to run the LocalGPT without errors. We are going to run LocalGPT on our system, and if you are also facing some errors like others, we will overcome those errors in this video. But before starting, let me give you a recap of what we have seen before. First, we installed Miniconda to our system without encountering any errors. Then, we saw how to install LocalGPT and overcome every error that you might face during the installation process. I will provide all the links in the description for your convenience. Here is our Pro folder where our LocalGPT folder is located. First, open your terminal. Firstly, as you can see, we are inside our LocalGPT folder using the cd command, as described in our last video. Also, our Conda environment is activated. Now we are ready to run LocalGPT on our system. Firstly, we use the python ingest.py command, which is used to embed the text of your system into a vector database that will be used by our model to answer queries. Here, it uses the Orca paper PDF to import data from this document. After importing, it cuts or splits the large document into small chunks. Let me show you this Orca paper PDF. Go to your LocalGPT folder, open it. Here you see a folder named Source Document. Open it. Inside this folder, you see our Orca document. Double-click to open the document. You can read it if you want. This process may take some time, so be patient. Now, during this process, some of you may encounter this type of error: list index out of range. This type of error occurs if your system does not have any natural language processing or NLP libraries, such as NLTK or Natural Language Toolkit. To resolve this problem, go inside the LocalGPT folder, scroll below, and you will see a file named ingest.py, which we are currently using. Open it with any text editor. For instance, I am using VS Code. Now, simply we're going to install NLP libraries on your system. Here you see the code. Just copy and paste this code into your code editor or write it manually. Afterwards, save this file, which is an important step. After doing all these things, run the command python ingest.py again. Now, as you can see, it is not showing any type of error. If you're wondering what punkt is or what it does, the punkt module provides tools for sentence tokenization, which involves breaking down a text into individual sentences. It involves splitting a text into smaller units, such as words or sentences, to facilitate further analysis. Now, heads towards our last command. To run LocalGPT, we use python run/localgpt.py, then hit Enter. As you can see, our model is start installing. It will take some time to install. And there is one important thing to note, that our LLM model are quantized models. The format of these models are GGUF and GGML. It uses Llama CPP to run those format models. Now, some of us may encounter with this type of error. As I said earlier, it uses Llama CPP to run this model. If your system do not have Llama CPP installed, it will throw you this error. So, to install Llama CPP to our system, we just require two commands. First command is setc make/args equals to dllama. Do not worry, I will provide all the commands in description. Run this command. Now use pip install llama cpp to install this. It will install all the required dependency libraries. After it is done, again type the command to run LocalGPT. It will take some time. And now we have successfully overcome this error. It uses the Llama architecture. The model type is 7 billion parameters. The model size is 6.74 billion, and the model name is Llama 2. So here you see BLAS is equal to 0, which means it is currently running on CPU. Below we have our prompt area where we can write our query. For example, I write, "What is the Orca model in the paper?" And above, you can see that it uses almost 80 to 90% of my CPU. After some time, it gives the answer to your query. Today, I'm going to show you how to add or delete your documents in LocalGPT and how to change the models in it. Now, we are ready to go. So, here is our Pro folder where our LocalGPT folder is saved. Firstly, I will show you how to upload your documents and delete the previous document. For this, open your folder where the LocalGPT folder is saved. Open the LocalGPT folder. Here, you see a folder named Source Documents. Inside this folder, there is a document named orca.pdf. So this is the location where you can upload your documents. You can also delete the previous documents, like I delete the Orca document. Now, to upload a new document, you just have to copy your document here. Like I have two documents in my Downloads folder, I simply copy these two documents and paste them inside our Source Document folder. As you can see, we can upload multiple documents or files in this. Now open our Conda terminal, and to see all the environments present inside your system, you can use this command, conda info environments. Here is a list of all our Conda environments, and here is our LocalGPT environment that we created in our previous videos. Now to activate this environment, use the conda activate command. After this, we have to go inside our LocalGPT folder. For this, we are using the cd command, which basically changes the current working directory. Now, we are inside our LocalGPT folder. Use the cls command to clear the screen. Now type python ingest.py command. As I told you in my last video, this command is used to embed the text of your system into the vector database, which will be used by our model to answer the queries. Like we have uploaded two documents in the source document folder, so this command will split these documents into small chunks or pieces which are embedded in our vector database. There is one important thing to note. You just need to execute this command only once. After executing this command, the document is embedded in your system and is always stored in your system until you delete it. So in the future, you can use it without executing this command. But if you upload a new document, then you must execute this command again. Now, after doing this, the last step is to run our LocalGPT. For this, use the command python run LocalGPT. I will provide all the commands in the description. BLAS is equal to 0, which means it is currently running on CPU power. In the prompt section, you can ask any query related to your document that you have uploaded. Like I asked, tell me about the fisheye model in short. As you can see, it uses almost 90% of system CPU and 0 GPU usage. After some time, it gives the answer of my query. So, now let's move on to our next point, how to change the models. Different models have different capabilities, which becomes an important part to set the model according to your work you do. For example, the Mistral model is faster than the Llama 2 model. To do this, go inside your local GPT folder, and here you will see a folder named Models. Inside this folder, you can see all the models that are present. Currently, we have only one model, which is Llama 2 7 billion. Go back and scroll down. You will see a file named constant.py. Open it with any text editor. After opening this file, scroll down to the Models section. Here we have 4 inbuilt models, which are Llama 13 billion, then Llama with 7 billion, then Mistral 7 billion, and lastly, Llama with 70 billion parameters. To use any one of these models, simply remove the comment or hashtag symbol. For example, if I want to use the Mistral model, I remove the comment from Mistral and add a comment to my previous model, which is Llama. But new and powerful models are coming every week. So how can we use those models? Let me show you how to use those models. For example, if you want the latest model of Mistral. For this, open your web browser and type Mistral 7 billion, instruct the bloke. Open the Hugging Face link. So, what you're seeing above is our model ID. Use this in place of the model ID. And for the model base name, below you see the File and Versions section, click on this. Here are our model base names. You can use any one of them, just replace the current base name with any of these base names. Like, I change my Mistral model base name to Q4. After doing this, save this file to you, which is an important part. Now again, type Python, run LocalGPT.py to run LocalGPT. Here your Mistral model starts installing to our system. Model installation may take some time depending on your internet speed. Here are our model details. Model type, 7 billion. Model size, 7.24. Model name, Mistral. If you go back to your model folder, you will see Mistral is added to your folder. After this, you can work on LocalGPT with new model. So, in this video, we are going to see how to use the web UI of LocalGPT. We are ready to go. First, we open our Conda terminal. Then, we navigate inside our LocalGPT folder using the cd or change directory command. Now we use the Conda activate command to activate our Conda terminal. Use the cls command to clear the screen. If you want to see all the directories present in your system, you can use the dir command. So in the last video, we used the Python ingest command. This command is basically used to embed the text of your system into the vector database. If you have already executed this command in the past, you do not need to do this every time. Use this command only when you upload a new document, right? Now, we are going to use 2 terminals. One is for the API, which will work as a server, and the other one is for running the web UI. So, use the command python run LocalGPT API, and then hit enter. As we know, BLAS is equal to 0, which means LocalGPT is running on our CPU power. Now, we need to open our second terminal for our web UI. Let me open the second terminal. Now, it's done. In the second terminal, repeat the same command to activate our Conda environment. You can use Conda info environments to see all the created Conda environments. Use the same command to activate the Conda environment. Then, go inside your LocalGPT folder using the cd command. Now let me show you something. Go to your LocalGPT folder, open it. Here you see a folder named LocalGPT UI. Open it. Inside this folder, you see a file named LocalGPT UI. This is the file that we are going to use. Above, you see the location of this file. It is inside our GPT folder. Now go back to our terminal and use the cd command to go inside this folder containing our UI file. After completing all these steps, execute this final command, Python local GPT UAE. You can find all the commands in the description. Below, you'll see an HTTP link. Open this link with any browser. So this is our LocalGPT web UI. Here you have a prompt area, tutorial button, search button, and upload button. In the tutorial, you'll find all the instructions on how to use it effectively. Using the upload button, you can upload your document. In the prompt area, you can type your query. For example, type, "Tell me about TaskWeaver in short," then click on Search. After some time, it generates results based on our query. To validate the results, below, we have sources from which the model generated this answer. Let me ask one more question. Tell me 3 advantages of TaskWeaver. After some time, it provides me with the result. Subscribe for more cutting-edge tech insights.